What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another desireLess discussion. Today we have something special for you guys. We're going to talk about how to get recruited as a Division I football player. You know, we got something special for you guys today. It's your co-host KJ Howard.
Cam Porter here, man. Excited just to talk about, what it takes to become a Division I football player. You know what I mean? You're talking to two people who have done it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we have two different perspectives, but ultimately we got to the same goal, and we kind of just want to give you guys some insights on what it takes to get there, man. So we're kind of excited.
Yeah, definitely. We talked to a lot of Division I athletes. We've been around them every day, And like Cam pointed out, we've been through kind of two separate paths. Cam's kind of went more traditional way,
right,
where high school, rated player in Ohio, gets recruited to Division I. Me, I kind of went JUCO. Then I ended up walking on, earning a scholarship, things like that. So, we all went different ways, but at the end of the day, we kind of got to the same goal. So
100%. And I think that's kind of what we want to discuss. Like, it's so many different pathways to get there. Like, you don't have to always go the traditional route. And I think people get discouraged, when they don't go the traditional route and they don't get recruited right out of high school, or they don't get the big offers that they want. It's okay. There's other routes that you can go, and there's other ways that you can maneuver and just get to that ultimate goal. So we're going to get deep into it and chop it up about it.
Yeah. So we put out a couple points, and we think that, these are just a couple things. Obviously, there's a multitude of different ways to get recruited Division I, to go Division I. We feel like these are a couple things that will really strengthen your chance, and put your chances higher than the rest. So at the end of the day, you're competing for your spots no matter what you're doing. You're always competing in life, and you're competing for these scholarship offers, for these, official visits, all these things that you want, some other kid across the street wants. There's millions and millions of high school athletes, and only a few, get the chance, opportunity to play Division I football. So we're gonna start off with number one, and I would say you have to go to the right high school. I feel as if, like, when you're getting recruited by coaches are recruiting a big area. You're recruiting a multitude of kids, and right now their mindset is, okay, where can I know I can go to a spot where I can get a good talent pool of high school athletes and be able to bring them in, not have to really change who they are. They already kind of have the fundamental things, the fundamental principles. They know how to be disciplined. They know how to train hard. They know these things. Where can I go? And the reality is, these college recruiters are going to, the top-rated high schools. Believe it or not. If you're a high school player or a high school, middle school, and you're looking, okay, like, man, how can I really increase my chances of going to Division I would say, like, you need to go to one of the best schools, either in your county, in your city, or go to a private school where football is taken serious.
Yeah. So like Kevin said, first and foremost, going to a great high school is going to put you around other great athletes.
Yeah.
So that's going to allow coaches to be coming in and looking at some of your teammates, and then ultimately figure out that maybe you're a good athlete or a good person that they can add to their roster. So not only does coaches want to go to great schools that produce good athletes, you want to surround yourself around good players. You want to surround yourself around some of the best, because that's who you're going to be competing with, like Kevin said, every single day. That's who you're going to be going to school with. These are going to be your friends, and ultimately, if you guys share all those healthy habits together, ultimately you'll achieve your goals. So I think Kevin hit on a lot of good points, and like he said, coaches want their lives to be as easy as possible, and if they have a track record that a school produces a lot of good athletes, and they have a lot of great players already at their university from that specific high school, they're just gonna keep going there. Me and Kevin went to a GCL school, LaSalle High School. It's in the GCL South, but we produce a lot of great athletes, so coaches just continue to come there. I went to Northwestern University, and there were 2 to 3 other players that had already went to Northwestern before me. So that's kind of how coaches usually recruit. So putting yourself in a good environment, putting yourself in a good high school is very important.
Definitely, man. Like, if even like you put a scenario in this way. So say you have 2 athletes and they have the same same stat line, the same accolades, and one goes to a smaller division and one goes to the best division and one of the best schools. The guy that let's even say the guy that goes to the better school is even less talented. He's going to have those higher offers because the coaches see, okay, he's a winner, he knows how to train, they know the coaches and he's winning against competition compared to the guy who might have put up crazy stats, might have had good film. He might get some interest, but he's not going to get the same amount of interest as the guy who goes to the best high school. And that's really how it is. That's how it really is in life. Even like if you're in business, if you're comparing two resumes, somebody who went to a University of Cincinnati compared to somebody who went to Stanford, they're going to look at it. It's just different. Different standards.
Yeah, for sure. That's just ultimately that's how the world works.
Yeah.
Schools that are just better in general are going to get recruited by better schools. That's just how it works ultimately. So we're not saying that if you have to go to a small school, you won't get recruited. That's not the case at all. We know plenty of individuals who went to smaller division schools that still found a way to make it. But it is just a little bit harder, and it is just a little bit higher of a hurdle that you gotta hop.
Yeah, even then, I can even point out even my scenario. Me in high school, I didn't really play as much. I battled some injuries. I didn't really have no film, and I didn't get Division I high school, but I still had Division II high school, offers, and I didn't have hardly the film or anything, or the guys that was getting recruited me that was getting recruited by the same school. I didn't have half the film, but since I went to LaSalle High School and I'm competing against D1 Town every day, I'm in the same running back room as Cam, and he's going crazy, and we're playing this competition. GCL South is like the second toughest conference in United States in football wise. So I I was still getting recruited. It might not be Division I, but it's still Division II. But I didn't even have I didn't have hardly any stat line or nothing. So even if I had even 50%, 75% increased production, my chances of going to Division I would have been much higher.
Moving on to our second point on becoming a Division I football player is focusing on film rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Coaches can tell you all they want. They want you at a camp. They want to know your 40. They want to know your broad jump. Ultimately, you are not going to get recruited if you don't have great film. These are what coaches are looking at on a daily basis. I can count on many hands where I go into the recruiting offices and they are watching college film. They are watching high school film, and they're seeing and evaluating players on how many touchdowns they're scoring, how explosive they look, the plays that they're making. Are they making their competition, look easy? That is the biggest thing that coaches are looking at before they even throw an offer out. They are going to watch your film. They are going to see how you are performing on the high school level, and they are seeing if you can translate that same skill set to the college level.
Yeah, definitely. I would say this is something, I know I'm bringing a lot of stuff personally, but something I wish I would have emphasized enough. Me, it was a couple times where I was in my sophomore junior year and I had to play JV, and I was man, I don't want to play JV. In my mindset I was being so what does it call it, hedonism, what is that one, hedonism?
Almost you couldn't put your pride aside on this.
Yeah, kind of I couldn't put my pride aside because I'm bro, JV, I can't. But me looking back, I'm bro, those were opportunities, those were games to stack film. At the end of the day, if it's JV varsity, we've seen it was a guy in our conference who had JV film and he got Power 5 offers. That's during the time where Cincinnati was getting recruited, but it wasn't how it is now. And he was getting Florida State, Penn State, all these big time schools because he dominated on the film. No matter if it was JV, varsity, he was dominating. And I feel that's one of the most important things is, are you dominating? Are you explosive? Do you stand out in your film? Rather if it's freshman, if it's JV, if it's varsity, the film tells it all. Yeah. Like I said, they can invite you to the camp. They can have you running 40. They can do all these things, but the film says it all. Even now, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're even in college, when I was back at Ohio, and they were recruiting guys out of recruiting in the transfer portal, they're still even looking back to their high school film. What were these guys like in high school? Because they want to see the potential. They want to see and the main thing is film. I understand, everybody wants to go to the camps and everybody wants, do these recruiting services, but at the end of the day, man, you should be focusing on getting the film. If you're a guy and you're not playing that much on varsity, go to your coach and be can I play tomorrow in that JV game? Go and start, and get that film, because that's what really matters. Show your skill set, even if you're underrated or something like that. Even if you you got a few varsity snaps, play that JV game. Don't be like me. Put your pride aside, because that's still an opportunity. Saquon Barkley got his first offer. He talked about in the podcast, and he was off JV film. He said all his JV from Rutgers. He got offered by Rutgers, man. And that started. When you get that one offer, that kind of starts up everything,
rolling,
man.
ball rolling,
so like the film is crazy. Like I don't think like
even on your point about the playing JV, like take pride in anytime you step on that field, take pride in yourself. Anytime you step on that practice field, game field, give it your all. You know what I mean? You never know when it's gonna be your last time playing football. Ooh. And that's just real. Like, have a respect for the game, and the game will respect you back, you know? So I really, truly think anytime you step on that field, you need to be giving it your all. And not only take opportunities where you might be playing freshman or you might be playing JV, that's where you go to prove yourself.
For real.
That's where you show coaches where it's like, okay, this guy can actually play a little bit. Let's see if we can, you know, put him at kickoff return, or let's see if we can put him on kickoff and run down there and hit somebody, you know? That's where you kind of build yourself up. You know, me and Kevin, we both played some JV games, and ultimately it helped almost prepare you for varsity in a way, because you are playing against a couple older guys.
There are like there's some juniors, there's sophomores, like there's some freshmen who got moved up. You know, it's a decent talent pool. Obviously, it's not compared to, you know, the Friday Night Lights of varsity scene, but like you still have a chance to prove yourself. You still have a chance to go out there and ball out. That's something I wish I would have like got out of my head. Like I was just like, man, like I'm not playing. Even when I was a junior, I was some games I played. I was like, bro, I'm not playing. I remember one time, bro. I was so mad, bro. It was Moeller game, right? It was Moeller game. I'm not gonna lie, this gonna sound like a hater, but that's when Dion came in and like low-key went crazy. You know, like they was kind of shutting you down, but Dion came in went crazy. I'm like, bro, I'm almost like, bro, that should be me. You know, like I should be in the game. You know, and I was like, bro. And then like, you know, they asked me to play JV game. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing it. And they basically like kind of made me in a sense. So I went to the game, bro. I kid you not, bro. I had the worst attitude. I was disrespecting the game. I had the worst attitude. I didn't play it all. I went in one series, got the ball, didn't even try. I was just so angry on the sideline. They asked me I want to go. I'm like, no. You know, B-Tums, ODJ going. I'm like, I did not, bro. And like thinking back, I'm like, bro, how much of an idiot? Because like I said, like, because it's film, you know, like it's still like
it's film.
During that time, it was the guy that we was playing against. He's in the NFL, you know, and he was going out there, he was balling out and everything. And I let my, you know, my pride get in the way of like, you know, the love of the game. At the end of the day, it's football, man. It's like I have a chance. Like God's giving me opportunity to play football. You know, not a lot of people have that chance. They might not have the athleticism. You know, might even have the physical ability to play the game. And at that point, I was disrespectful for the game, and that was something that really could have helped out. You know, because like I said, at the end of the day, the film triumphs all. If you're balling out, you're balling out.
That's simple. Take advantage of every opportunity that you get and make sure that it shows up on film, because film matters.
But what would you say? Okay, like, okay, the guy, you know, he's going to the right high school. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get film no matter what. He don't care if it's varsity, if it's JV. Like, okay, like what should they be displaying in their film to really separate like them? Because, you know, coaches get a lot of film, and in reality they watch. I'll be honest, the first play gonna say everything, bro. The first play is gonna. Am I gonna keep watching, or am I gonna close this out?
No, 100%. That's a great point, and it kind of, we'll say this for another video on how to edit your highlight tape. But you want to put your best highlights at the beginning of your tape. I've watched a lot of highlight tapes where guys will put like some of their best plays in the middle or the end, and I'm like, buddy, coach did not watch that far. You know what I mean? And you might have messed up your opportunity because you put that great film in the back or in the middle. So make sure your best plays are in the front. But going off of your point of saying what should you be displaying in your film, first and foremost, like I said before, coaches want to see you make high school look easy. So obviously you're playing Division I football, and it takes a whole nother step, a whole nother level. So you should be at the most making high school look easy. You should be looking faster, more athletic, and more skilled than everybody that you're going against. You know, so I think that's the three main things: is make sure that you are looking skillful, you are looking fast, and you have somewhat of athleticism that they can see can develop and translate to the next level. What about you? What you think?
For me, like I said, I definitely think, you know, looking at, like, you know, talking to the recruiters at my school, even just watching film for myself. Because I'm not, like, you know, when I watch film, I'm a big football fan. I love the game. So like, I'm looking, okay, is this game really is this game really like stand out? And like one of the biggest things I say is like explosiveness. Like if you have that suddenness, that explosive ability, that speed, like speed kills, man. No matter what sport you play, speed will always kills, man.
Right.
Like so, like if you can show that you're more explosive than everybody, say you're a receiver, you know, a running back, a defensive back. If your first play is you get the ball and you breaking down the sideline, you're out running angles, they're gonna look at you a different way. They're gonna, cause like speed, it's not too, like it's not very, you know, common. And if you got elite speed, you know, that's something that can really like pop out. So I'll say one thing is explosiveness and then aggressiveness. You know, cause at the end of the day, football is football. Coaches love, they understand like the mental fortitude you need, the mental capacity that you need to excel at the game of football, because you're gonna be battling through injuries, you're gonna be battling through, you know, a lot of things that are going on. So like if you're showing your toughness, you know, being aggressive and really showing like, okay, I'm pushing this man against his own will. Like not man, young teenager against his own will, but like I'm better than him. Like I look at him in his eyes, I don't care the scheme like that.
No, yeah, and I think coaches also care a lot about how you play when you're not involved. Are you the type of, you know what I mean? Because it's like, are you the type of player that if you don't have the ball, you don't really care?
Yeah.
Like, say you're a running back and you take a fake and you could go lead block, but you don't go lead block, or you don't go pick up a block. Like, coaches care a lot about that. It shows your respect for the game, and it shows almost your true character. You know what I mean? Like, who are you when it doesn't involve you? You know what I mean? Because coaches, they obviously know that it's about the, like when you get to college, it's about the team more than anything else. Like they will continue to preach that. They'll shove it down your throat, and you'll understand that it's about the team rather than yourself.
Yeah, unless you like freaking a Heisman candidate quarterback or something like that.
Yeah,
it's about the team.
It's about the team.
You're gonna be the team, bro.
Yeah. So team. So show on your highlight tapes that you know you care more about the team rather than yourself. Show some of those clips of you picking up blocks. Show some of those you know, you running down the field with the runner or something along the lines of that, because that's gonna carry a long way.
Yeah, and then like I said, just showing your athleticism. You know, being an athlete. If you even like, you have a higher chance. If you're a positionless guy and you're just like on the field and you're just, you know, you might play running back, you might play corner, and you're showing you're just an athlete. You can run, you can jump, you can make tackles. They're gonna like, you know, they're gonna recruit you because they feel like, okay, I could teach a guy how to play football. Can I teach athleticism?
Can't teach athleticism.
You know what I'm saying? Either you got it or you don't. So like I said, even just being an athlete, you know?
That leads into our next point of athleticism should be something that you are trying to improve and work on almost every single day. Whether that's just doing simple jump ropes or plyo jumps. Like, athleticism is key at the next level, because once you get to the next level, you'll understand and see that everybody is athletic. Even your punters and kickers are athletic, because they was playing receiver in high school. You know what I mean?
Like our kicker at LaSalle, like he went to Ohio State to play kicker, but he easily could have went FCS as receiver.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of goes back into like, you know, like where you play at, you know, like, and like getting athletic, like you're gonna have to train, and like if you go to a better high school, you're gonna have better resources, you're gonna have better strength coach, you're gonna have an actual coach that can put you, like I could be not, like a lot of times when I was at my JUCO, even when I was even at Ohio University, and then like people were like, man, like, you know, you're strong, you're fast, and I'm like, bro, like I've been benching over 300 pounds since I was 16, 17 years old. You know, I've been able to squat 500 pounds since I was 16, 17 years old, and that's kind of, you know, give thanks, you know, to the strength coach at LaSalle, man, because they took that like so serious, man. It was like, it was like college, bro. It was like how we trained. It was we were starting in January. It was Monday, Tuesday. We might have Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday, and we got lifting. And this ain't no easy lift. This ain't like they really.
You're in there for 2.5 hours,
bro. For real,
easy.
You know,
I mean,
like,
you start off with a run, just like college. Like you start off with a run, transition to your lift. Like that's just how it was. That's how it is at high schools that value football. Ultimately, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing. Going to a high school that values football.
Yeah,
that's simple.
Like, because they're gonna put you in the scenarios you need to be.
Right.
They're gonna put you, like I said, like you're gonna play against the best competition. They're gonna give you the best resources. You're gonna have, you know, the best strength coach high school can offer. You're gonna have a good training staff. You're gonna have things that you have access to from the trainers that you might not have access to if you go to a smaller school. You know, how do your high school value football? You know, so like that's a big thing, and like just getting athletic. You know, like your training is gonna be so critical, and you're gonna have to really take it serious. You know, like really doing more. Like I said, I kind of just talked about it going into the last point. I'm kind of gonna wrap things up, man, but just doing more. You know, like I pointed out before, there are a bunch of high school football players that want the same opportunity you want, man. Like every kid wants to go D1, and the reality is not everybody can. So to increase your chances of going Division I, you have to outwork your competition. You have to do more. you have to do more than just your regular football lifts. Say your team lifts after school, you know, from 3 to 4. You know, you got to do lifting and conditioning, and then you get out at 4 or 5 o'clock. You know, that night you need to do something extra, or that day or that morning, something extra. Rather you're getting more sleep. Rather, you know, you're hitting the gym, you're hitting 2-a-days, you know, you're getting extra speed training to, you know, increase your speed, your explosiveness, your athletic ability, you know, stuff like that's gonna, if you're getting position work, really honing in on your technique, if you could hone in on your technique as a young, you know, athlete coming up, if you're a freshman and you play receiver, you can really hold in on running routes, and you match that with your athletic ability that you gain throughout the years of strength training, bro. When you get to that, you're gonna be so ready just for like college. Even when once you get Division I, when you get the opportunity, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be one of those freshmen that can, okay, is this guy's a redshirt guy or is he a ready to play guy? You know? And
that's where you wanna be at. You wanna be a ready to play guy. And going off of that point, when you're 14 to 18, the opportunity for growth is so large.
And like the gains you can make.
The gains you can make is so large, and your body is still young and fresh, so you can overwork yourself in high school a little bit, in a way. Once you get to college and beyond, you can't really overwork your body. You gotta kind of conserve your energy and make sure that you're very intentional with your workouts. But 14 to 18, there's no reason why you can't be putting in 2-a-days, or doing some type of extra after your lift, or doing some type of extra on the weekend. Ultimately, if you're not doing some type of extra on the weekend, you're just being lazy, and you're missing out on your opportunity to get better and to grow, because you just have such a great opportunity of growth during those 4 to 5 years, and I don't think kids truly understand how important it is, and you can take advantage of that.
Yeah, like the growth, like I said, on the weekends, bro, you should be hitting something. Run some hills, extra sprints. Me and Ken, we used to go to a speed trainer on the weekends. After Friday was our big squat day at LaSalle, so you know your legs are dead. You know, you just hit some crazy percentage for some reps. And now Saturday, you know, it's a new day. We're not chilling on, you know, Saturday and Sunday. We get an extra work.
Shout out Coach Craig, man.
Sir, shout out Coach Craig. But we're getting up in extra work. We're getting, because we want to do more. How could you know, get faster? How can you get twitchy? You know, we wanted to do more. Like, we really wanted to, you know. It wasn't like somebody, like my dad was forcing me to go. You know, I was like, we really wanted to, you know. And it's kind of like, so like, you gotta have to do more and kind of adapt that mindset, you know, because it's all gonna be new. It's all gonna be different. Because I don't think, like, as a kid, some kids experience it, but not a lot of kids experience, like, they don't really understand. They're so naive to what it really takes. How hard you really need to work. Even me, when I was growing up, like, you're so naive to it. You're like, man, you think you know, but it's like, oh, this is like, when I first LaSalle conditioning day, I kid you not, bro, I really questioned my football career. I'm like, bro, I gotta do this every day. I never ran that hard. We out there doing station drills. We're moving. You getting 5-6 reps, going to the next one. 5-6 reps, going to that. You competing too, bro. Like, we're competing. You know, we're pro shuttling. We're doing a star drill. We're doing all that. We're competing. And then after that, we doing the freaking 5, 10, 15, man.
I remember that same day, bro. I forgot to eat. I forgot to eat. And I had one of the meanest. I ain't had nothing to throw up, but if I could have threw up, I was gonna throw up. But I ain't had nothing to throw up, so I had one of the meanest headache. You know, like that dehydrated, unenergized headache where you just are like questioning life. I got one of them after that exact workout, and that goes into my other point of, okay, yes, you are putting in extra work and your body can hold up, but your body can only hold up if you are taking care of it. You have to sleep. You have to eat. Those are the two biggest things when you are trying to pursue Division I and you are putting in extra work. You have to sleep and you have to eat. I think a lot of kids try to fuel themselves with hot Cheetos and
that's like, because you get away with it when you're younger.
Yeah, you can get away with it when you're young, but once you start getting into that high school level and you're trying to pursue college,
going to a serious high school where, like, you're going to be training hard.
Yeah, you're going to be training, and it's going to show if you're not taking care of your body and you're not fueling the right way. You're just not going to be able to finish workouts. Like, you're literally going to feel like you're dying. Right. And so take advantage of that. Make sure that you're taking control of that and you're emphasizing it, you know. So it doesn't take that much, you know. Just get a nice protein that you can take after workouts and before bed if you need some weight gain. Try to get some eggs in the morning, and then just try to get some type of beef, meat, chicken, and rice.
When you have like your regular school, if you have your regular school lunches, you know, try to get the cheeseburger or the chicken patty, something like some protein you know, and try to get that. Don't try to get the pizza.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably like one of the worst things you can really get, because it's like it has a lot of fat, it has carbs, but like empty carbs. Like it's kind of weird. Like pizza's like one of the things like you kind of like try to stay away from that. Try to get like some protein, you know. Try to get protein in every meal.
Right.
And I want to bring out like another point that we didn't even write down, bro. But I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, one of the things that like, I really think like, bro, like I want you like, this has nothing to do with football. What it does, it's going to affect your performance. But please, man, do not drink or smoke.
Yeah.
Like, I know you get to that age where you know people in your grade are experimenting, they're trying new things. They're doing all these things, and what they want to do is they want other people to join, man. I'm telling you, bro, please do not get into that rabbit hole of when you're trying to improve, when you're trying to get in this, you know, in your grind mode, you're really trying to make that dream come true, go to Division I. Please do not drink or smoke. Really just like, both of those are bad, man. Like, don't. The smoking it's gonna make you lazy at the end of the day. You're not gonna want to do as much. You're gonna be busy on those Saturday nights, those Friday nights where I could do some extra push-ups, I could go do some extra sit-ups, I could do some extra. You're gonna want to go hang out with your friends, start smoking, and what happens? It's a spiral down the wrong road, you know, because now it starts to smoking weed. Then they're gonna start wanting you to hang out late nights. Okay, now come out, bro, come out. You know, you're gonna start doing stuff that you don't normally do because you're gonna get addicted to, you know, smoking. You're gonna get addicted to, you know, what you guys are doing. It's gonna lead to one day, you know, hopefully you don't want to hang around the bad crowd, but like try to stay away from that stuff. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it at all. You know, you obviously have some of your athletes that, man, I know the good guy, he smoked all in high school, he made it, man, but like, not everybody's the same. And if you want to increase your chances, it's all about increasing your odds. You know, staying away from drugs and not drinking, those are only going to increase it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just like, ultimately, it starts a bad habit. And bad habits happen because of lack of discipline. So yeah, I mean, you want to try to avoid drinking and smoking at all costs. I didn't drink in high school at all. First of all, you was underage. desireLess does not promote underage drinking
At all.
Second of all, it leads to bad habits, and bad habits only happen because of lack of discipline. And you need as much discipline as possible when you're trying to pursue Division I. You know, like Kevin continues to talk about, everybody is trying to get to this level. Everybody, millions upon millions of kids are trying to go Division I. So what are you going to do that's going to set yourself apart? Okay, boom, one of those things can be avoiding drinking and smoking. And that kind of just leads to another point that Kevin talked about, was just surrounding yourself with the right crowd, with the right people that are ultimately pushing you to build good habits and make good decisions. I had Kevin with me, so I had Kevin, who was my, you know, best friend in high school. We pushed each other. Like he said, on the weekends, we went to go work out extra. We stayed extra, caught passes, did extra field work, because when you're surrounded around the right people and the right crowd, it just makes you want to push yourself that much harder. You have somebody to push you. You have somebody that is wanting what's best out of you, you know? And I think when you surround yourself around the wrong crowd, it's very hard to be successful. And that just goes for anything in life in general. It's hard to be successful when you don't have the right people around you support you.
Yeah, definitely. Like that circle, the group of guys you're going to hang around in high school are going to probably be, most likely going to be your best friends. There's going to be your closest friends, at least through like your young adult life, through, you know, through your college life, but everything like that. Even though you meet new people, those are still going to kind of be like your core guys. So like really finding the good group, and, you know, and understand, okay, like these guys, their goals kind of align with mine. You know, okay, they might not have to play football, but they're doing something. The trajectory of their life is still going the same way. You know, me, like, I knew that I always wanted to, you know, play college football. I always wanted to get the opportunity to play in the NFL. So I'm like, okay, how can I put myself in the best scenario? I'm going to surround myself with people who want this, who are like-minded. You know, all my friends in high school, they played football. They loved football. We hung out throughout the whole year because we're all going to football workouts together. We're going to practice together. We're doing all the same things together, you know. So like, anyway, it made it easy for us, like, to bond, to connect. And, you know, we never really had to spend like no extra time like hanging out or like meeting up somewhere, because like we all did the things, the grind and everything. We did it together, and that kind of strengthened our friendship. Yeah, because we were grinding and really, you know, like, bro, getting after it, bro. That's when you build those memories, man. You know, and you're becoming a man. And, you know, you're learning how to be disciplined. You're learning hard work. You're improving the game of football. You know, because it's nothing like Friday night lights. Nothing like high school football, man. Like, those memories, you know, they last forever, and it's something that, you know, a lot of people get the experience, but, you know, it's not there forever. Everybody moves on. You know, life, you're looking at it 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, like, man, you know, high school was, you know, it was a good time, man. I didn't, you know, you don't want to be that guy that be like, man, I should have, you know, like, I should have locked in serious. Maybe I should have went to that high school. You know, I went to stay in my high school with my friends that I grew up with, but my dad was like, you should go to this high school.
I know plenty of situations that happen just like
that. Like, you know, you should go to this high school. They, you know, they're pretty good at football, but that might be all boys school. That might be, my friends are not there, man, and it's like, you might miss an opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, man,
I think that basically wraps up our desireLess talk. So I think we had a good discussion. You know, we talked about what it takes to go Division I, the key points.
Yeah.
Your high school matters, ultimately. Focus on your film, making sure that it's the best possible film that you can have. Make sure that you are striving and trying to become as athletic as possible, because coaches truly do care about that. You have to do more. You have to put more work in. Lastly, try to avoid drugs, alcohol, and surround yourself around the right people.
Yeah. And if you follow those steps, man, that does nothing but increase your chances. It might not guarantee, but it pushes you in the brightest light. You know, and it's not, you know, it's a very achievable goal. You just gotta trust the process. You gotta stay to it. You gotta understand, okay, like now that we gave you these tips, okay, now you go and you start talking to your mom or dad, like, hey, you know, I think that, you know, can you know, because I think it's open enrollment now, like a lot of high schools, right? You know, if you're a middle school, even if like you're currently in high school right now and you're young, a sophomore, a freshman, it's like, okay, like now, where can I go? Can I go into a school that, one, you know, can put me in the best scenario to get recruited, plays against good competition, has coaches coming in every day looking, you know, if you're going to one of these schools and there are coaches coming every day, you're going to be on their radar, especially if you're playing. You know, even if somebody that they're not recruiting you, they're recruiting somebody on your team, they're gonna, you're still on that film, and you know, you're still gonna get looked at. Like I said, like the film matters, you know, getting as much film as possible and really showing your skill set, because if you can ball, you can ball. You know, game film, you know, like real game film. Athleticism and explosiveness, man, and you know, doing those things and staying in the right circle, and like I said, you're gonna really see big strides to your goals, and you know, just really make that Division I, get that Division I scholarship, and you know, make that dream come true.
It's possible if you desire less.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's what we're promoting here, man. So you know, we appreciate you guys for tuning in on the discussion. You know, we're gonna catch you guys next week, man. We got something special for you guys. So it's your boy KJ.
It's your boy Cam.
Yeah, we out of here, man. Peace.